Hello, everybody. This is 60 Virgins here once again, and it's finally here, ladies and gentlemen. New Year's Eve 2020. Boy, I feel like it's been like a really long year so far. But to me, I mean, most of you people feel like that this is probably gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be the longest year ever with all these things that have been happening around the world. But to me, time flies. I've been live streaming, I've been collecting Blu-rays, I've been doing VHS reactions, hell, everything. So this video is just gonna be a little bit of a recap on 2020 and if it's been a good year for me or not. So, 2020. Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, 2020. I mean, let's start things all off. When you hear the words 2020, what does that make you think of? I mean, to most people, they've probably referenced a lot of things throughout 2020, like, for example, the death of Chadwick Boseman, COVID 19, the lockdown that happened, murder hornets, the Australian wildfires, can't forget about that, and most importantly, DMCA, which I don't know if that still happened yet. I really haven't been looking into that, if you know what I mean. So, 2020. And I thought this was going to be a pretty interesting year with the simple movies that were planned for 2020, like Black Widow, Wonder Woman 1984, Raya and the Last Dragon, which was originally set to release on November 2020, but has been pushed to March 2021. And what else was planned for 2020? Oh, we had the Eternals that was planned for November 2020 as well too, but unfortunately that got delayed and we still don't have a trailer for the movie yet. Yeah, sucks. And Black Widows has been delayed more than 2 times. When COVID first hit, it was delayed to November of 2020. But the ongoing COVID cases and movie theaters still not being opened, it's been pushed to May 2021, which marks this year, 2020, the year with no Marvel movies. Well, despite the fact that WandaVision was going to be planned for November 2020, but then it was pushed to January 2021, which 2021 will make a comeback for movies, if you know what I mean. I mean, 2020 wasn't all that bad, though, to be honest. We still had some good movies that released before the pandemic even happened, like Birds of Prey, Sonic the Hedgehog, Disney Pixar's Onward, and that was it for the movies. Oh, and we also had Bad Boys for Life, The Call of the Wild, which I still haven't seen that movie yet, but I really want to so badly. And all that stuff. And also 2020 was the year that I got started to collect Blu-rays, which is why I have a big ass Blu-ray collection, and I'm probably gonna stick to that. I might just probably have to start giving away some of my VHSs because I'm not really into those things no more. Yeah, kind of sad. And yeah, all that stuff. And we also had some movies that went straight directly to streaming platforms. Some of them went directly to streaming, and some of them were just being released in theaters and streaming. Like Mulan, for an example, the original release date was spring of 2020, or the end of March 2020. I think it was like March 23rd the movie was going to be released. But unfortunately, that has been delayed to July. But thanks to the George Floyd protests, that movie has officially went straight directly to streaming. And surprise, surprise, the movie actually came out on Blu-ray 2 months after its Disney Plus streaming release date, which you have to pay $30. I think it's like $30 to pay for Mulan to be streaming on Disney Plus. If you have Premier Access, yes. And yeah. And we also had, and this month we also had Soul and Wonder Woman 1984. Sorry about that. this always happens. Let's do the ball drop again. There we go. That's better. So where I was getting, we also had Soul and Wonder Woman 1984 and The News of the World, which I have no idea what that movie's about though. And 2020 was the year where Jordan Anthony Treelor repeatedly requested his own VHS reactions, like The Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald, Mercy's Meeting, and The Oz Kids. And let's not forget those remastered requests that he requested as well too. Blue's Clues Storytime, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Parting is Such Sweet Sorry, and all that stuff. And also, Mercy's Meeting, the movie made by Jerry Maccabee Returns. And we also did some Mike and Friends reactions as well too, by MPAC. Which I still want to focus on that arc though. Okay, now that I got through with that, and the movies as well too, so let's talk about the evolution of 2020. So, the evolution of 2020, it started out not that bad. I mean, it started out decent. I mean, there was that mysterious infection in China, which 2 months later, World Health Organization names it COVID because it's the infectious disease that has changed our lives, though, to be exact. And moving into that, we have, surprise, surprise, the sudden death of Kobe Bryant. In case you guys don't know how he died in a helicopter crash. Yeah, I heard. It was really sad to say the least. I mean, I think I know Kobe Bryant for his role in the Lakers. I guess you'd say that. I clearly don't know what I'm saying right now. I'm not a huge basketball person or anything like that, but I'm something. Okay, moving on into February, we had those Australian wildfires, which, yeah, I really haven't got that much into. Yeah, many people have lost their homes, animals have lost their homes as well too, and probably some people and animals have probably lost their lives. I don't even know that yet. I really need to get back into those memes. And and I forgot about World War III. Well, technically, almost World War III because of those World War III scares that people have been posting online, and it's becoming a massive trend for 2020. And now we move into March, the darkest month for me ever, because of COVID. Yes, COVID. It has hit the US, it has hit every single country across the United States, and it forced people to stay at home, quarantined, locked down, all that stuff. Man, it was been a really stress for me. But April was when it really got me scared. I mean, really got me a little bit scared, but a day later after that, I figured out everything was all fine. You guys know the asteroid that passes by Earth every 8 years, right? I could forgot the name for the asteroid, but yeah, there's an asteroid that passes our solar system, and once every 8 years. And once every 8 years it gets so close to Earth that it almost feels like it's the end of the world. You guys remember 2012, right? December 21st, 2012, when people almost felt like it was going to be the end of the world and we have to relocate somewhere else. Yeah, people have been very scared of that. But a day later, after all of that scares, we're still here. Okay, and now moving into May, we have the murder hornets, which are a bunch of big ass bees that kill you when they sting you. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad that I've seen no murder hornets where I live at. Thank God for me. And also, May was the month that we've once seen those anti-maskers. You guys, for example, you guys know that guy at Costco when he was recording the employee asking him to put on a mask, and the guy goes, "And I'm not doing it because I live in a free country." And the employee takes his card, and then the guy changes his mind and starts to put on the mask. But then as soon as he puts on the mask, the employee walks away with his shopping cart. And he starts cussing him out and all that stuff. And yeah, anti-maskers are a big... This again. Okay. There we go, that's better. Maybe once every 10 minutes. Okay, I think we're running out of time here, so... Alright, moving into June. The end of May. At the end of May, we saw that a black man by the name of George Floyd was killed by a white police officer. Yeah, I feel pretty bad for him too, as well too. Rest in peace. And yeah, because of all that, protests and riots have started across the entire civilization. And boy, and more COVID cases have been rising as well too. Because of those stupid protests. I respect Black Lives Matter. I know I'm white, but yeah, I know I may be racist a little bit, but come on, people. A white man killing a black dude? Come on, that's ridiculous. You can't judge a book by its cover. Remember that. Alright, moving into July. Like I said before, we had more COVID cases. And because of that, the world possibly announced a second lockdown. Not necessarily a second lockdown. There were some places that were still open. Like outdoor places. Restaurants were forced to do outdoor dining. But now that has been canceled. And yeah. And now moving into August. August was a little bit of an okay month for me. It's not the best month, but it's a simple okay month. But then came around the end of August, where where one of my favorite actors, Chadwick Boseman, has passed away. If you guys seen the live stream entitled Rest in Peace Chadwick Boseman, you guys would know what I'm talking about. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me briefly explain. At the end of August, Chadwick Boseman has passed away due to colon cancer, which he battled for, I think it was like 4 years in battle, I guess. I think it was like back in 2016, I guess. I'm not so sure. I kind of got lost in my tracks. Alright. Now moving into September, which is my birthday month. And there wasn't really anything that interesting for September. Well, despite the surge in COVID cases and all that, but that's put aside for now. Alright, now in October. Nothing really that simple. Just a little socially distant Halloween and all that stuff. And yeah. And that's where we get into November. A rise in COVID cases. And because of that, Thanksgiving had to be put on hold. Yeah. We'll have to celebrate that Thanksgiving next year. But it didn't really stop me from celebrating Thanksgiving. No, I don't have COVID and all that. Although I might go get tested for COVID just to make sure. Okay. Moving on. Last but not least, December. December was like the darkest month of all. It's the darkest month ever because Christmas has partially been canceled. You're not allowed to visit or travel, but people have been ignoring the rules and more COVID cases have been rising and a new strain of COVID has been located in the UK. Excuse me. Oh, and also October. I totally forgot about this on October. October, Sean Connery had passed away. I have no idea what he passed away from. I'm guessing it was like old age or something like that, but I'm not so certain. Okay, long story short, it's been an okay year, I gotta say. Hopefully, I keep on hearing some people saying that 2021 was gonna get more worse, but is it gonna get worse? Maybe. I don't know. We're just gonna have to see what's gonna go down. Okay, guys. We're running out of time, so I'm going to wrap it up here. Long story short, 2020, worst year ever. Okay year for me. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.